Proximity is the final topic for CRAP. Proximity, again, is a bit harder to understand, but basically it just means that things that are related should be next to each other. On a web page, the most important way to be able to show this is through the use of white space. So white space allows you to separate those things that are not related and join those things and connect those things that are related. Don't be afraid of white space on a page. It really helps you to chunk related information. And this is so important when trying to achieve proximity. So if we take a look at this example, you see just a big list of items that may or may not be connected, where it's hard to visually see any connection because it's just a long list of words. But when we actually use proximity to group those items, there's a couple things that you see. First of all, we use some contrast to create a heading. Also, we use white space, that great thing that separates one section or topic from another section or topic. And that white space, again, is pretty powerful in creating that proximity. This is just another way of providing proximity by grouping that text together. It's right aligned, and this text is grouped together in the center of that image. So let's take a look at some of our websites that we have been looking at. Again, this Nestle website, and you see this layout used a lot with proximity. It's basically taking an image and then placing the related story next to it, and then using some white space to separate the information apart. So a powerful use in a pretty modern layout. Valor does the same thing on their homepage, using that white space to create groups that are together, and even physical borders on theirs to create things that are together and separate things that don't belong together. Let's take a look at this. Again, the same feature, using this white space between unrelated items on the page and some nice white space between some bigger sections and bigger images. And CU, also kind of the same as Valor's homepage, uses this dark text to kind of define sections, and then this nice white space to create the separation from this photo slideshow to kind of the daily news here, some news stories about the university. So this white space is a powerful tool in creating that proximity and placing the words next to the text that are related. Another one of my favorite ones on the IDEO webpage, this proximity tells us that this text is related to this picture, and this page is just so well laid out, using so many tools from contrast in size, contrast in font. We know that this text is related to this picture, although there is some nice white space that simply creates some separation, but we can tell pretty easily that this entire page is related. So if we review proximity, basically it's that you group related items, make sure that they're physically close to each other, and things that are not related should not be close in proximity. They should be, you should use white space to create that space and to visually separate those unrelated items. So thanks again.